In this video, we're going to be replacing the lower grille on this 2015 Hyundai Sonata. We're going to loosen up this top piece here, our radiator support cover. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver, slowly back these out. So now we're on the inside and the passenger side of our bumper in the fender well area. We have 1, 2, 3 push clips, Phillips push clips, and we have one Phillips or 10mm bolt holding the bumper to the fender. So we're going to use a 10mm socket and take that bolt out. And then a Phillips screwdriver to remove these. All right, with a panel tool, take that out the rest of the way. Now here, you can rotate your wheel to make it a little easier for yourself, but you'll be rotating your wheel back and forth for left and right side. Just like to take the time, do it with the wheel straight. All right, on this side we have the same 3 clips and a 10mm or Phillips bolt up top. We're going to use a 10mm. And we'll get all 3 of these started, and then we'll come back with the panel tool and take them all the way out. Okay, now underneath we have a few bolts here, or Phillips. We're going to use the 10mm bolt option. We're going to take them right out. This one here is actually just a Phillips. Now this may be different than your car. Somebody may have replaced this. Whatever the case, if it's on the red, go ahead and take it out. Moving along, we have another 10mm Phillips. And then one more down this end here. Okay, we've come to the driver's side of our bumper here. This is our bumper fender gap. What we're going to do is grab right on the inside here. You can see it's already starting to pull out. We're going to pull away from the fender. We're going to do that. We're going to try and separate the bumper from the bumper bracket that's in behind it here. Just going to continue to pull out. You're going to try and work your hand in a little further as you go. You don't want to put too much strain and bend the bumper here at a hard angle. So just continue to pull out. Sometimes the quicker the motion, the easier it comes off. And again, we'll have more clips underneath the headlight here. So just do the same thing, just work those clips off. Now if you're doing this by yourself, what you want to do is loosely seat that back in place. Go over to the other side and do the same process on the other side. Grab our fender right here. We're going to pull outwards. I'm going to do it one quick motion this time to show you the difference. All right, so we are going to keep working that out. And the same thing, our clips here underneath the headlight. Now for the most part, your bumper is free. Now, What we're gonna do is get to the front of the vehicle in the center and walk this bumper off. All right, so up top here, you may have to just kind of pry that upwards and off of that little tab on both sides. And then you can work your bumper straight off. Now at this point, you can either lean it on your leg and disconnect your fog lights, or if you've already done that, you can just go ahead and walk your bumper right off. If you've had to disconnect your fog lights and that's done, go ahead and grab your bumper from the center and just walk it straight back. Okay, to gain access behind here to our grille, we have to take out this foam. It's held in by 2 metal clips. We're going to use a panel tool and just pry these metal clips up. Now we can remove our foam, just lift it straight up and out. All right, now for our lower grille, we have, you can see here, we have the red bumper sticking through the lower grille. We have a couple of tabs here in the back, holding these, locking them in place. We are going to use a combination of a panel tool, a small pocket screwdriver, and possibly even a pick tool. We're just looking to move that enough so that we can get this piece here unclipped. Okay. Once you have 1 or 2 started, go ahead and lift it up to where they will not seat back in unless you press them down. You want to keep them in that position while you work the rest of them. What we're doing is just coming in from the front, pushing that tab, that bumper red piece backwards, and separating it with a small pocket screwdriver from the grille. The red tab, get between the red tab and the grille and pull up the grille. And just continue that momentum all the way across. And then you'll get to a point where you should be able to just pull the rest of the tabs out. All right, now we can install our lower grille. And this piece here is just a press in. So what I'm doing is lining up these 2 in the center, right here, and just lightly pressing. I'm not trying to lock anything in. What that's going to help me do is align the rest of them. And I'm just working all the way around, trying to get these clips lined up into their slots. Keeping a little downward pressure on the grille, not much. Okay, now that you've got about half of it lined up, what we're going to do, start in the corner and press down, or push down quickly to lock those in. We'll keep working our way out. And don't be surprised if you have to do this in a couple of stages. But one of the things you want to make sure is you have all the clips in the place and they're not bent over. If they are bent over, it's a little bit more of a pain. You'll have to go back and unclip and remove the grille. And once we are sure all of our clips are through, come back with a small pocket flathead just to assist in bringing the grille below the locking tabs here. If you try and work on your bumper like this and press your grille into place, this area of the bumper is really thin and it will push down. So what you're going to need to do is take one hand or some kind of pressure underneath and push upwards on the bumper itself while you push the grille into place. That will help lock these tabs and send them up far enough so that they're locking. And now we can install our foam pad. There is a right and a wrong way. The wings, I guess the U shape is going to go towards the top of the bumper. It's not going to go the other way. Sit it down onto these two tabs here. And these are going to take our press-on clips. We have our retainer clip here. These are just press fit. So we're going to get them as tight as we can by hand. The tighter to the foam you can get it, the better. So what we can do is take a pair of panel tool pliers here and just push down. There is a shoulder on this plastic piece, so it will stop you at some point. Just press down until you reach that point. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. On the side here, you can kind of see that shoulder on the plastic tab. We're going to put our retaining clip on here and push down. Okay, so we're going to walk our bumper up to the vehicle. So now we're going to go ahead and reattach our fog lights and then put our bumper back on. We're going to align the center with our hood latch and put our radiator support cover over the hood latch. That should get us somewhere centered close. Now we can move over to our headlights. Let's see if our headlights fit in. They look pretty good on both sides. That gap here looks pretty good. So what we can do now is pick a side. We're going to start on this side here. We have some tabs on the bumper. These tabs need to go into the tabs underneath the headlight. We also have tabs down the side of the bumper that will need to go into our bumper bracket on the fender. So we're going to lift our bumper up until those tabs look like they want to go into position. Same thing on the side. We're going to align those tabs. And we're just going to give it a good smack into position. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so on this side, again, we're going to look for our tabs to go in underneath our headlight and our tabs to go on our bumper bracket on our fender. You may have to pull up slightly to get them into position. Looks pretty good. We'll give it a little hit. Looks good. All right, so up top here on our radiator support cover, we have our push clips to put back in place. We're going to put in our 10 mil bolt. Okay, so on the inside of our bumper lip here, we have 1, 2, 3 push clips we can reinstall. These are going to hold our fender liner to the bumper. And then straight up from the third is where our 10 millimeter bolt's going to go back in. We can put our push pins back in, holding our fender liner to our bumper on this side now. And then straight up from here is our 10 mil bolt.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.